At 12:17 in the morning, Daniel Hayes was alone on the 42nd floor, wiping fingerprints from a glass conference table while his 8-year-old daughter slept 2 floors below in a staff break room. He had worked his regular daytime maintenance shift, picked Lily up from school, fed her a sandwich from a vending machine, and then returned for the overnight cleaning job he had taken without telling anyone at the company. He thought the executive floor was empty. Then the elevator doors opened, and the CEO's teenage daughter stepped out. She looked at the exhausted man holding a mop, then at the small pink backpack beside the wall, and asked the one question Daniel had been trying desperately to avoid: why was he still working at midnight? If you believe kindness still matters and that people deserve second chances when life becomes overwhelming, please like this video, leave a comment, share this story with someone who needs hope, and subscribe to Dad's Hope. Your support helps stories like this reach people who may be carrying more than anyone around them realizes. Daniel was 38 years old and had been raising Lily alone since his wife died 4 years earlier. During the day, he worked for a facilities contractor assigned to Mercer Holdings, one of the largest corporate firms in the city. His job was ordinary but demanding. He repaired broken doors, replaced lights, handled minor plumbing problems, moved furniture, and solved the 100 small issues that kept an office running without anyone noticing who fixed them. Daniel was good at disappearing into the background. It was easier that way. His daytime salary had once been enough. Then Lily needed dental surgery. His rent increased. His old car needed a new transmission. The final blow came when his employer reduced overtime. Daniel did the math one night at the kitchen table and realized he was nearly $600 short every month. So he found a second job. The cleaning company servicing the same building needed overnight workers. Daniel knew the building better than almost anyone, which made the work easy to learn. The problem was Lily. The neighbor who usually watched her could only help until 10. Daniel could not afford overnight childcare. For the first few nights, he nearly quit. Then he discovered an unused staff lounge on the 40th floor with a sofa, a small refrigerator, and a door that locked from the inside. He brought Lily with him. He hated doing it. He packed blankets, homework, snacks, headphones, and her favorite stuffed rabbit. He made sure she finished schoolwork before lying down. Once she fell asleep, Daniel checked on her constantly between floors. He promised himself it was temporary. 1 month. Maybe 2. Just until the bills were under control. The person who found him that night was Emma Mercer. Emma was 17 and the only daughter of Rebecca Mercer, CEO of Mercer Holdings. She had grown up in a world Daniel only saw from the edges. Private schools, drivers, vacations, executive events, and an apartment overlooking the city. But Emma had her own reasons for being in the building after midnight. She and her mother had argued earlier that evening. Rebecca had cancelled another planned dinner because of work. Emma had come to the office furious, intending to confront her, only to discover Rebecca had already left for an emergency meeting across town. Emma refused the driver's offer to take her home. She wandered through the executive floor instead. That was when she saw Daniel. At first, she assumed he was part of the night cleaning crew. Then she recognized him. Daniel had repaired a broken cabinet in Rebecca's office the previous month. Emma remembered him because he had been wearing a brightly colored bracelet that looked completely out of place with his uniform. When she asked about it, he explained that Lily had made it. Now the same man was cleaning offices after midnight. Emma noticed how tired he looked. She noticed 2 employee badges clipped to his belt, one from the daytime facilities contractor and another from the cleaning company. Then she saw the pink backpack. Daniel tried to avoid explaining. Emma kept asking. Eventually, he told her the truth. Not dramatically. Not as a complaint. He simply explained that he had a daughter, unexpected bills, and no affordable overnight childcare. Emma asked where Lily was. Daniel hesitated. Then he took her downstairs. Lily was asleep beneath a thin blanket on the breakroom sofa. Her school shoes were neatly lined up beside the couch. Her homework sat completed on the table. A half-finished juice box rested beside her backpack. Emma stood in the doorway without speaking. For Daniel, the scene represented failure. He saw an exhausted child sleeping in an office because her father could not provide something better. Emma saw something different. She saw a father doing 2 jobs and still making sure his daughter finished homework, ate dinner, and had a safe place to sleep. Daniel asked Emma not to tell anyone. He was afraid both companies would fire him for bringing Lily into restricted areas. Emma did not promise. That worried him. The next morning, Rebecca Mercer found her daughter waiting in her office before 7. Emma told her everything. Rebecca's first reaction was concern about security. Then Emma became angry. She asked how a company could celebrate record profits while someone working in the same building had to hide his child in a break room just to make rent. Rebecca did not like the accusation. But she could not dismiss it. She asked Human Resources to pull Daniel's records. The information surprised her. Daniel had worked in the building for 6 years. His supervisors rated him highly. He had repeatedly received positive feedback for reliability and problem-solving. He had applied twice for an internal facilities position directly with Mercer Holdings. Both applications had been rejected because he lacked a college degree. Rebecca looked through the job description. Most of the listed responsibilities were tasks Daniel was already doing through a contractor. She asked why a degree was required. No one gave her a convincing answer. Rebecca then reviewed the company's contractor wage structure. She discovered something else. Mercer Holdings paid the facilities contractor significantly more per worker than Daniel actually earned. The difference disappeared into administrative fees and margins. It was legal. It was common. Rebecca still found it difficult to ignore. That afternoon, Daniel received a message asking him to report to the CEO's office. His stomach dropped. He assumed Emma had told her mother. He assumed he was about to lose both jobs. Daniel entered Rebecca's office prepared to apologize. Rebecca asked him to sit. She asked whether the story was true. Daniel admitted everything. He expected criticism. Instead, Rebecca asked why he had never told anyone he needed help. Daniel said something she remembered for years. He explained that people like him learned not to advertise problems at work because employers often heard "problem" when workers meant temporary difficulty. Rebecca sat quietly. Daniel was not asking for money. He was not asking for special treatment. He simply wanted to keep working. Rebecca told him bringing Lily into the building overnight could not continue. Daniel nodded. Then she told him why. Mercer Holdings was bringing part of its facilities operation in-house. Daniel would be invited to interview for a direct position. The job came with a higher salary, health insurance, paid leave, and regular daytime hours. Daniel stared at her. He immediately asked whether Emma had caused it. Rebecca answered carefully. Emma had caused Rebecca to notice the problem. Daniel's work record would determine whether he got the job. That distinction mattered to him. He interviewed the following week. 3 managers evaluated him. He scored highest in practical problem solving. Daniel was hired. The new salary allowed him to quit the cleaning job. But Rebecca did not stop there. She removed unnecessary degree requirements from several operational roles. Mercer Holdings also introduced emergency childcare assistance for employees and contractors working on-site, including temporary backup care during school closures or unexpected schedule changes. Rebecca later admitted the changes were overdue. Daniel's situation had simply made the problem impossible to ignore. For the first few weeks after starting his new role, Daniel still woke automatically at midnight. His body had grown used to surviving on 4 or 5 hours of sleep. Then slowly, life changed. He began picking Lily up from school without checking the clock constantly. They ate dinner at their own kitchen table. He helped with homework without wearing a cleaning uniform. On Friday nights, they watched movies until Lily fell asleep beside him. The first time Daniel realized how much had changed was when Lily asked why they did not go to the office at night anymore. Daniel smiled. He told her he only had one job now. Lily thought about it for a moment. Then she said she liked one job Dad better because he did not yawn as much. Months later, Emma visited the facility's office and saw Daniel reviewing maintenance schedules. He thanked her. Emma told him she had only told the truth. Daniel said sometimes telling the truth at the right moment was enough. If this story touched your heart, please like the video, share it with someone who has ever worked themselves exhausted just to keep their family afloat, and subscribe to Dad's Hope. Sometimes hardworking people do not need pity. They need someone willing to notice the obstacles standing between them and a fair opportunity. Before we end, please comment, "Hard work deserves a fair chance," if you believe people should never have to hide their struggles just to prove they are responsible. Years later, Daniel would remember those midnight floors more clearly than almost anything else. The empty offices. The hum of fluorescent lights. The fear that Lily might wake up alone before he returned to check on her. At the time, he thought taking 2 jobs was proof that he was failing to give his daughter enough. Eventually, he understood something different. Lily never remembered the expensive things they could not afford. She remembered that her father always came back to the break room, tucked the blanket around her, and made sure she knew she was not alone. And Rebecca Mercer never forgot what her daughter had shown her that night. Sometimes the people cleaning an office after everyone else goes home are carrying responsibilities far heavier than the trash bags in their hands.